pressured by Johnson. Good play by Johnson, able to knock him off the puck, and he'll get it at center. Johnson, one move, gets around him. Breaks behind the net. Circles around, man in front, keeps it instead. Johnson now centering pass. That shot blocked. So the power play to Matthew Nada has expired, so we'll have 5-on-4 for Team Posa for another about 20 seconds or so. Walk up with it. Can't clear in his own zone. Buddy, watch out, you're on the penalty kill. Maybe a little bit more urgency needed there. Spinning behind his own net. Good play there. It's pushed forward. Now taken at center.
Yeah,
Just offside.
It looked like Walter stretched it, to be honest, but the skate blade might have came up in the air. I don't know. It was close right there. It would have been interesting to see what Adair could have done with that tight space on the near side. But nonetheless, that's a successful kill for Team Posa, especially with the aspect of, granted, to anyone's eyes outside this rink, that power play never happened as technical difficulties arose, but it did indeed happen. It's a big-time kill, and it gets him out of a jam, keeps this game at 1-0.
Back to 5-on-5 hockey we go here at Big B Coffee Ice Cube of Brighton. Thank you for joining us. Ryan Radoswich joined by Sean Mesa, bringing you the doubleheader action as that one spin up to the point for Walkup. Walkup with it, gives it near side for Brett Auer. He'll throw it behind the net. Chasing that one down is Mikey Yee, but it's the opposite team, number 14, Wansel instead. This one held right in front of the bench of Sam Posa. That one off the glass right at the score table, stayed in play. This one slips over to Weaver. Weaver's got walk up to the center, presenting his forehand. Weaver will put on the brakes behind the net. Weaver trying to dance his way through two, centering pass there. Bumps off a skate and wide. Bumps off a stick, rather. Here's a 3-on-2 developing for Team Posa, looking to tie this game up at 1.
Really good cycle.
Ross Blastic with it, traveling below the goal line. Taken instead by Vince Walkup.
Really underappreciated right there from Brett Auer. He made that battle an absolute nightmare in front of the net. There was absolutely nothing anyone on Team Posa could do.
15 minutes gone in the first period. Team Morgan up 1-0, courtesy of Lucas Bretthauer, the man we just mentioned. Here's Matthew Nada. Stick handling his way through one, breaks towards the net, saved by Hutchison. Up at the point, snaps it over to Wilkerson. That one bounces opposite of the blue line. Here comes Weaver. And just off sides, as referee says he didn't have possession crossing over that line. He flips it to the far ice. He didn't like that one. We'll let the ref know about that as the draw will come to center ice. DePonio on the draw for Team Morgan. Wins it cleanly. Hilton will spin it in the zone. The first one on it, Wilkerson. Wilkerson banks it off the backboards. Chases it for a second, but gives it up to Karadimas. Karadimas, cross ice. Waylon Smith with it in the corner. Breaks towards the net. That one off a body. Gets towards the net, and Hutchison able to cover it up right on the side of the net where it laid.
I think Team Posa right now, after that big-time kill, has kind of let up a tad. It looks like Team Morgan, obviously that power play didn't work out for them. They didn't have a lot of dangerous chances, but look at they have a little more speed in their legs now than they did in about 5 minutes that led up to that power play.
That pass taken the other way, Karadimas with DePonio on him.
Dangerous place to play with the puck. Second to last man back. Karadimas, I like the idea right there. Being creative, he almost had the play he tried to create, but just didn't go his way. They're lucky.
Karadimas with a chance, finds the upper corner. Karadimas ties this game up at 1.
I mean, that'll work. That's all you got to do. I mean, yeah, the play in the neutral zone risky. They get it back on the regroup, and Karadimas to the outside. And, I mean, that blocker side from Hutchison was absolutely naked for Karadimas. It's a really good shot. He pinpointed that one. It was on a rope, but my goodness.
So Karadimas will tie us up at 1. Lucas Bretthauer with the first goal, and Karadimas with the second. 1-1 we stand in the first period. 3:10 to go.
Team Posa goal scored by number 4, Posa Karadimas, assisted by number 44, Waylon Smith, with 4 minutes left in the first
Karadimas
period.
with the goal. Waylon Smith picking up the assist on that one. His, of course, first point of the game. First goal of the game for that squad. That shot up into a body, bounces in front.
Uh-oh.
Kept in,
Good
though.
drop.
Here's a chance, 2-on-0. Nada has his teammate far side, gives it to him, and Karadimas doubles up in less than a minute. It's 2-1 for Team Posa.
I really like that from Nada. He flexed the shaft a little. He made Hutchinson think shot all the way. And, I mean, for Reese Hutchinson, there's absolutely zero you could do. It's pick your poison. Nada on the short side, or you're looking back door, tap in. I mean, he did everything he could have done right there. That's just a really good play from Chase Stevens right there to break it up. Smart drop right there. Kind of knew exactly where Matthew Nada was going to be, and the really high hockey IQ for the secondary assist.
So in just a minute, Team Posa erases a 1-0 deficit and takes a 2-1 lead themselves with 2:30 to go in the first period. Goal scored by Karadimas, assisted by Matthew Nada. Here comes Alvarado. He knows a thing or two about goal scoring as he comes down the near side. Circles the net.
Great pass.
Back up to the point for Breithauer. He's looking for his second. Far side, slips wide. That touch pass just bounces off the forehand of Mason. Now it's taken by Brandt. Jacob Brandt will stick it forward. Try to do a little bit of a Datsuk stick lift from behind. But his team will get it as Alvarado fires from the point into the body of Kogut.
We've seen Team Posa so many times through the, I want to say young summer season, but summer season as we're here in week 5. They score in bunches. They score a lot. They score at once, and when they get hot, they're hot. They need to avoid that little down period. Well, they're looking like it's going to be a good one right here.
Here's a chance. Kochenet skating in, throws that one into the glove of Hutchinson. He'll hold on.
Well, once again, they need to avoid that little letdown period, and that little kind of the sense of urgency disappears. They need to be careful.
Olo Sorman on the dot for Team Posa. If you recall back to week 2, he was the hero in overtime that got them the 4-3 win against this very squad. Adair spins, gives it to his defenseman counterpart. Kochenis with it. Gives it off to Sorman. Sorman trying to dance around a body, but takes that body instead. Battle for the puck won by Team Morgan. Levin gave it to Alvarado and flashed in the leather, making that save as Nicholas Kogut.
It's an absolute rocket, too, from Alvarado right there. That's a tough shot for Kogut to track through a bit of a screen. Wasn't necessarily 100% screen. Just good job by Alvarado to use the defenseman at least to a semi-advantage, any advantage he can get. But my goodness, is that release quick. And for Kogut, there's a millisecond between that puck leaving the stick and that puck ending up in the glove. Great positioning, great save.
This puck will trickle down the ice, no icing, as Team Posa was able to win the race. Here comes Vince Walkup. Throws it near side. Michael Leo throws it into the front of the net. Yee with a shot, and snagging that one once more is Kogut with 50 seconds remaining in the first period. So the draw to the blocker side of Kogut. Johnson unable to win that one, but Yee will be able to pick it up. Centering pass can't get to Johnson. Another opportunity. Gets there. Bouncing puck rifled into the leg pads of Kogut, and he'll cover.
Yeah, for Kogut, that's an uncomfortable save for a goaltender when you're deep in your crease, and it's nothing against his positioning right there. He had to be deep in his crease with the puck below, and below the goal line he had to be ready, but it's an uncomfortable save to make, and it's one that you're kind of just hoping that you're big enough in a nutshell.
Mikey Yee will take a whack at it behind the net, and he'll pitchfork it into a body. Ross Blastic battling with it. This one squeaks to Walkup. Walkup creeps in. Finds the pads of Kogut. Rebound picked up by Johnson in front. Good defensive play there by Combs. Combs with it. 12 seconds to go in the first period. Combs, no look centering pass taken by Walkup instead. 5 on the clock. Does Team Morgan have one last shot in him before the buzzer? Mikey Yee tries to fire, tangled up, and the 0 will be hit on the clock. So it was a 1-0 lead by Team Morgan. Lucas Bredauer scoring the first goal of the game, but in less than a minute time, 43 seconds to be exact, it was Karadimas with 2 goals for his own squad, and they take a 2-1 lead into the first period intermission.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Team Posa does. They react very well. They got some timely saves from Kogut to go their direction. They actually had some very, very good established zone pressure, and ironically, that zone pressure wasn't what led them to either goal. It was turnovers in the neutral zone that went their way, and they capitalized on 2 of them to be exact. One was just at the defensive blue line for Team Morgan. The other, of course, right on the Team Posa side of the red line. But nonetheless, very good in transition so far. That's where Team Morgan's kind of been looking a little out of sync. They were a very good transition team for the first, I want to say 3 weeks. Last week was iffy, but they're usually very, very good in that middle third of the ice. And right now, that's where Team Posa is winning this game.
So into the second period we go, 2-1 lead for Team Posa. This is game 1 of game 2. Game 2 coming up at about 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. It will be the undefeated Team Slater taking on the 1-3 Team Miller. As we are underway here in the second period against Team Morgan and Team Posa. Team Posa looking to add to their lead. That one off of Hutchinson pops right up behind the net. It lands. Walkup chasing that one down. He'll spear it towards the line, but it's kept in by Stevens. Poke checked out. That one handcuffs Smith a bit. He'll take a body into the board, so push it forward. Nada, that one bounces back to Smith. Smith gives off to Combs. Good pressure by Team Morgan. But somehow Team Posa evades it. Here's Karadimas. He's got 2 goals already, looking for the hat trick. Behind the net he goes. Looked like he tried to bank it off of Hutchison for a second. Cooper Massimino with the puck. He'll chip it forward to himself. That one off the shaft of the stick from Kogut. Good play by Adair to keep it in. A little bit of a trip, and it's going to be called, as Team Posa will have another advantage on the power play upcoming. That's a good stretch pass there. Stevens chasing it down. He's got a chance. The man who was just tripped up, still with it. And oh, I thought they were going to blow the whistle dead. No, it keeps going. Shot rifle just wide. Team Posa still with possession of it. Back up to the point it goes. Combs with it. D to D. Chip to the near side corner. Karadimas will chase that one down. Delayed penalty coming for Team Posa. Nada with it in the corner. Pressed to the boards by Weaver, and finally Team Morgan will get a touch up on that puck. So Team Posa once again goes on the man advantage, 0 for 1 in this game so far, but looking to push that lead to 2 goals.
This would be nice for them. For Team Posa, I believe it's really going to be about capitalizing when Team Morgan gives you stuff, and this right now it's a freebie. It's an iffy penalty, but it's one that I don't think Team Morgan's going to be happy that got called, so, or happy they took nonetheless, excuse me.
It was a trip, but you know, it was a light one that you wish you wish it doesn't get called. Excuse me there. As here's Kochenis with the puck. He'll rifle that one over the line, slap down with a high stick that may have not been too high, but either way, they'll blow the whistle dead as Team Posa was looking to get going on the man advantage. Instead, the faceoff will be brought all the way back in their zone.
This, quite honestly, though, is an opportunity for Team Morgan especially. I mean, they win this draw, you can escape backwards. But then again, as Team Posa does, you win the draw, you're right where you want to be on the breakout.
1:35 remaining on the power play. Wansel with it. Throws one towards the net into the glove of Hutchinson, and he'll hold on for the faceoff.
I don't hate this idea. You just have to win this faceoff. I believe that shot was literally only taken to get a faceoff. That is exactly what Wansel wanted. They just need to win the draw to make sure it was worth it.
Draw bounces to the half boards. Whisked around the backboards, but Adair will keep it in.
Well, they didn't lose the faceoff. They didn't win it either, but nonetheless, they got what they wanted.
Adair back up at the point with it.
Be careful. Uh-oh.
Oh, loses this one. Good press from the far side there by Olo Sorman, but here's a chance shorthand as that one slips just wide of DePonio's stick. DePonio with possession. Yep.
They're going to let you go within your own end. It wastes time. Drop. Yup, you're going to hold this puck as long as possible.
But last week we did see a team did that, and then they turned it over kind of like this. Here comes Team Post on the man advantage. Kochenis with a chance, puts it into the net. And that's a power play goal for Team Post, a 3-1 lead.
Really good pass from Adair. It's that neutral zone turnover, Ryan. It's 3 of them now that have led to 3 goals. That's where this game is being lost, is that middle third of the ice. Some people like to say it doesn't necessarily matter if you win the battles in the offensive end, the defensive end, you're fine. Well, that's not necessarily the case because this neutral zone right now is controlled by the gold.
So Team Morgan got the first goal this game, but now it's been 3 straight unanswered for Team Posa. Waylon Smith with it. Rockman will push that one into the Team Posa end.
Team Posa goal scored by number 8, AJ Martinez, assisted by number 5, Louis Agar with 16:30 left in the
So
second.
Kochendis with the goal, Lucas Adair credited with the assist. Four minutes gone in the second period. Here comes Walkup trying to weave his way through a number of players, and he does. Still with it into the corner he goes. Walkup spins, gives it off to Rockman. Rockman's got a man in front looking to feed it there. It gets there, but taken the other way by Waylon Smith.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that pass a little too fancy there. Is unable to clear his Team Posa once more. Here's Rockman with it.
I was going to say, should drop it right here.
Gives it to Walkup. He creeps in. Shot taken just wide near side. Race
boy.
for the puck. Ross Blastic showing off the jets towards the net. He goes. It's saved initially, but it finds its way into the back of the net. Showing off the speed there was Ross Blastic, and that's 4 unanswered for Team Posa.
Yeah, I caught him sleeping. The puck battle, it looked like initially that Quentin Shorts thought that puck was just going to be his to go with, and a nice little regroup in his own end that he could go to the blue line, get wingers curling on the walls, and Ross Blastic had another idea. Gets the angle on him, gets the edge, and honestly, surprised Blastic didn't try to curl up the wall and hit the trailer, given that there was absolutely nobody to help Quentin Shorts, but got the bounce to go his way with Hutchison moving over to his glove.
So now 5 minutes gone into the second period. Now it's a 3-goal lead for Team Posa.
It's going to be a rare moment where I would have rather seen Karadimas fire that shot. They were letting him walk down Broadway. He elected for the drop. It almost worked, but they were letting him walk. They had no intention of taking him away. And, of course, he's got that hot stick already, so.
Wansel gives it over to Nada. Nada will ring it around the boards. Karadimas, the first one on it. That one thrown towards the net, kicked out of harm's way by Massimino. Taking a whack at that one was Mikey Yee. To center it goes. Picked up by number 41, Andrew Combs. He'll snap it near side for Stevens. Stevens turns on the Jets. Backhands one, no look over to Karadimas.
That hesitation.
Oh, almost cost him as Combs presses up, but looks like he'll be able to draw a penalty.
Yeah, he was held. It's not necessarily a strong call. It's one that you, if you're Team Morgan, and especially Jacob Brandt, you're thinking to yourself, seriously, you're going to call that? But definitely got a hand on him right there as Combs pinched up on the wall. It's just the little things that are going right for Team Posa right now. Obviously, the neutral zone's going their way. They're capitalizing on turnovers and gifts. This is another gift with this power play. But that's another thing that just went right. That little hesitation on the pinch, that's something that a lot of the times you see go the other way and be very, very costly.
So Jacob Brandt called for holding on that one, sending Team Posa right back onto the power play where they just scored. Costly time, too.
He leaked.
That one just gets on the opposite side, the blue line, luckily for Team Morgan.
Adair's got some mitts on the blue line, and I think that's what Team Morgan's knowing is they know that if they pressure him, he will try to dance, and that could capitalize and create a turnover the other way. It almost did right there. But they're pressuring the blue line, especially when Adair's out there. I have to imagine that's a coaching issue. Or excuse me, not issue, but that's a coaching message.
Adair with it once more. Circles in the corner of the zone. Elects to keep it himself. Behind the net he goes. Pushes that one over to Nada. Nada stabs it back, picked up by Stevens instead. No look pass taken by Team Morgan.
This is
short-handed opportunity here, 3-on-1.
He gets stuck.
Weaver trying to find his teammate on the no-look pass once more, but he'll pick it back up.
Yeah, when Adair gets stuck down low, especially on the power play trying to create, that's what happens. And Team Morgan is very aggressive. I'm going to be interested. Something I'm going to keep an eye on here is, does Team Morgan's penalty kill, looks like it's going to be the same unit on the ice. Do they keep the same aggression right now with the second power play going on, and Adair especially going to the bench because he's so shifty up top. They're pressuring and getting the puck off his stick. Are they going to do so the same way as this second unit's going to operate?
So Team Morgan awarded an offensive zone faceoff draw on the penalty kill, but that draw won cleanly by Posa. Still have it in their own zone, though. 7 minutes gone in the second period. 40 more seconds of power play time for Team Posa. Mason with it. He'll stick it down deep, take a big hit, too. That one delivered by Weaver. Another shorthanded opportunity. Thrown towards the net. Ooh, trying to find Johnson. That wasn't far off his target. Weaver with it. Throws it far side. Alvarado trying to pull it around the man, but he couldn't. If that pass gets there,
Really
it could be
good.
dangerous.
I think it was off.
I was going to say if he did get possession, maybe just offsides, but they keep play going. Johnson will pick up the loose change in front of the net.
These are two big kills, though, for Team Morgan. Oh, boy.
Power play expires. Stretch pass just off the stick of DePonio, but outside the net he goes. He wins the battle against Goget. Diving play, but it wasn't going in either way. Great effort by that skater.
Yeah, that's big time. But as I was saying, that's big by Combs. But those two big kills for Team Morgan.
There we go.
They got it to go their direction, and, I mean, when they're not winning battles in neutral zone, you need stuff to go your way. You need something to try to wake you up, and those are two big-time kills.
And they needed that one, and I'll argue they had the better chances in that one shorthanded. Here's Team Morgan. They're down 3 goals, looking to cut into this lead.
I mean, obviously you don't take anything away, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, take away the neutral zone turnovers, take away the 3 neutral zone turnovers right now by Team Morgan, they have the better scoring chances. They have the better opportunities, especially with established zone pressure. Team Posa has been doing it, but they haven't been really getting anything to go around the perimeter. On the contrary, Team Morgan is just giving them stuff in transition, and that's what's biting them right now. They're very good when they're set in stone in their own end. They're going to have to be very good again.
And another penalty called, a high stick called on Team Morgan, so they get sent right back to the penalty kill. That one had near side written all over it. Snagging that one out of the air was Hutchinson, absolutely robbing Blastic of his second bid. Blastic off the draw, sends it back to his teammate. Waylon Smith couldn't handle that one cleanly, so he'll backtrack for that one. The 4th power play opportunity for Team Posa, 1 for 3 coming into this one.
Yeah, Adair's not passing this puck right away.
Adair.
Absolutely not.
Adair likes the puck on his stick.
That's exactly who you want to enter the zone on a power play, with the puck on his stick.
Smith with it at the line. Oh, backhand one over to Adair. Adair, nifty pass back to Smith. Adair, top of the key, takes a shot. Hutchison, seeing that one from a mile away, he'll gobble it up.
No pressure in front. He was looking for it, but didn't get one there, and that shouldn't be the halftime cut. We have 10:50.
Yeah,
they hit the horn.
Everybody's
Everyone
kind
looks
of doubting it.
confused.
Yeah. Usually we take the halftime break a little bit closer to 10, and this one comes at an interesting time because you're cutting the power play in half pretty much.
That is interesting. You're giving Team Posa time and space to go talk about it and set something up, hopefully in the locker room. But nonetheless, it's going to be the cut of the ice. So goes their way.
So Team Morgan got the first goal of this game courtesy of Lucas Bredauer. It's been all Team Posa since, 4 unanswered goals, and we're going to head it to a halftime break, a fresh cut of the ice, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes with a Team Posa power play. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Michigan Elite Hockey on YouTube. Welcome back to game one between Team Morgan and Team Posa. Halfway through this one, 10:50 officially on the clock in the second period, and we're getting back into some power play action for Team Posa. They got 1:16 remaining on the man advantage. If you missed the first half of the game, quick little recap. It was Lucas Bredhauer opening the scoring for Team Morgan 1-0, but 4 straight goals from Team Posa. And now we sit at a 4-1 lead for the team in goal, looking to add to it on the power play. A set of new goaltenders for this one. Jacob Sherbati thrown right into the fire for Team Morgan between the pipes on this penalty kill. Reese Hutchison's day is done. On the opposite side of the ice, it's John Ward filling in for Nicholas Kogut as we're back underway here halfway through the second period of game one. Lucas Adair walking the line like he did in the first half of this one, throwing it over to Karadimas. He's got 2 goals so far, looking for the Hattie. 60 seconds of power play time remaining. Nada takes a shot, and that's the first save of the game for Sherbati. Throws it down low once more. Stevens with it. That shot definitely didn't get exactly what he wanted on it. Was Wansel there as it flubs into a dangerous part in front of the net, but here we are at center now. Lewis Adair once more. So far, Team Posa 1 for 3 on power plays. This is their 4th opportunity halfway through this one. Karadimas meets a body near the blue line, loses a puck. Alvarado picks it up. Gives it over to Walkup. 24 seconds remaining on the power play. Couldn't clear. Matthew Nato with it. Stick handling. Throws it down low to Karadimas. Karadimas no look pass and nobody home.
Yeah, I mean, that's just another turnover, but it's one that's not going to bite you simply for the fact that it kind of caught everyone off guard, including Nato, who ended up with the rubber on his blade. He just kind of looked like he wasn't ready. I don't blame him.
Power play time expires. Back to 5-on-5 hockey in this one. Team Morgan unable to get a goal since the 15-minute mark in that first period. Walk up with it. They've had their chances, though. This isn't just a hugely one-sided game. They've had maybe more of the better chances in this one.
Kind of the same story I talked about with Reese Hutchison, though, that Team Posa didn't want to let him get comfortable. That now Team Morgan does not want to let John Ward get comfortable because that 4-1 lead looks a lot bigger if Ward does.
Here's Walkup. That one glances off his forehand, so he'll backtrack behind the net of John Ward. Trying to get that one out is Mason. Mason with 2 bodies beside him. Off the boards to a teammate. Good play there. Alvarado, that one could have got dangerous if it got behind him, but he'll stick it over to Brandt. Brandt with a break. Here comes Jacob Brandt in, and a huge save by John Ward. Welcome to the game, buddy. Your first save of the game happens to be a breakaway.
That's a big-time stop for Ward.
Brandt once more, but the pass deflected out of harm's way. Great play by Wilkerson. Backdoor feed for Brandt off the side of the net. It stays out. Team Morgan can't buy a goal right now. Here's another chance. Spinning is Johnson, saved by Ward.
Thank your poster right there if you're John Ward, because my goodness, I mean, there's nothing he can do on the back door. The battle was won by Brandt, and he's going to kick himself.
Bredhauer tried to feed Brandt backdoor once more, but couldn't connect.
Uh-oh.
That pass a little too weak. It's taken the other way. Eight minutes remaining here in the second period, rather. Picked up behind the net by Combs. Combs, a defenseman down deep, tried to feed Mason in front. Jacob Brandt has that one between its skates. It's taken by Adair. Adair, a couple teammates going off into change. Hills swivel near the blue line. Nifty little pass, gives it over to Sorman, down low for Kochenix. Anthony DePonio now for Team Morgan. Can't get that one around Wansel. Wansel centering pass, loose in front, blocker to side, and taken the other way. Here comes Team Morgan. Johnson tried to get a shot off, handcuffed by the defenseman, and that one will slip and covered by John Ward.
Yeah, this next goal is crucial for Team Morgan, but also pressure is crucial because, I mean, that lead's big, but you also, I mean, I can't believe we didn't point it out earlier, but of course, the bench for Team Morgan, only 6 or 7 skaters deep, excuse me. Granted, on the other side, it's not much more, but still.
Nato with it behind the net.
Technically 7 aside, but nonetheless, with only 7 skaters on a bench, still not necessarily ideal.
Especially with how many penalty kills they've been on so far in this one. 1 for 4 on the power play is Team Posa. Nato loses his glove mid-play. Team Posa, they can't escape the zone, though. Another keep in there. Looks like they'll be able to with open space and time. I say that time has been closed, but Adair poised with the puck, dances away from two. Here comes Lewis Adair. Meets the line, gives it off to Stevens, who banks it off the boards for Adair. 6:30 remaining in the second period. Team Posa with a 4-1 lead after going down 1-0 to start this one. Adair still with it. That one's picked up by Brody Hilton. He'll stick it forward for Yee. Yee's got Brandt to his side. Defensive play will knock that puck right up into the air and up and out of play.
Getting to the finals part of this second period. You got 6 minutes and change left. Right now, if you're Team Morgan, you want one really bad, but you just want something just to look forward to going into that third period. There's still a lot of hockey. 26 minutes and 3 seconds to skate.
And Team Morgan only with 1 goal right now coming in the first 5 minutes of this game. They scored 9 goals in last week's 9-3 victory against Team Miller. Here comes Combs. Trying to evade the last man, but it's taken the other way. Matthew Nato with it. Snaps on over to Rockman. Rockman forward. Shot taken just wide, but the rebound off the back of the net passed instead. Michael Leo was the man on the far side with it. Now it's Alvarado. Waylon Smith looks over his shoulder, heads southbound. Smith picks it back up. He's got a man in front. Pass over. Shot taken, and that one finds the back of the net. Matthew Nato now with a goal to add to his assist on this one.
Another turnover. Another play in transition. That is 4 of them. I mean, I sound like a broken record. That's just where Team Posa's winning this one in. It's astonishing to watch because every single time they get a break to go their way in the middle of the ice, it's the other way, and it goes into the back of the net.
This game's been pretty even, but the score does not say so. 5-1. That's 5 unanswered goals for Team Posa now. Rockman over the line, looking to cut into that lead. Throws it on net, looking for a rebound, but it's gobbled up. Waylon Smith getting the assist on that one, his second assist on the game.
Yeah, but if you're Team Posa right now, you're not comfortable because you know how quickly things can change here, and you know from personal experience, firsthand experience, 7 days ago, you saw your lead evaporate right in the thin air. I mean, it's a little more this time. It's a 4-goal lead, but nonetheless, same kind of story.
Team Posa started out 2-0 against the undefeated Team Slater last week. They eventually fell 11-5. 5 minutes to play in the second period. Alvarado, the man that's been kept off the score sheet, as well as most of his team today, will give it forward to Rockman. Rockman on the backhand, circles. Now Karadimas with a little shimmy shake, gets away from one. Evades Rockman. Karadimas still with it. Nada to his left. Karadimas looking for the hat. He tries to split the gap, but it's converged on rather instead.
Yeah, that's walk-up saying absolutely not. He tried to get fancy right there, go between the two, and it's good gap control and a good closeout entering to the middle.
And a little bit too fancy because he had a man to his left and to his right. Decided, you know what, I'm gonna take this myself, and it didn't work out for him. Olo Sorman on the dot for Team Posa. Team Posa in the gold, Team Morgan in the baby blue. Lewis Adair will pick it up off the boards. Stops on a dime, turns the other way. Gives off to Sorman. That shot just wide.
Shabati never even saw it either.
Good screen out in front by Mason. 4 minutes remaining. Pass thrown towards the front of the net. Loose in the slot. Sorman will spin one, but that's taken the other way. Here comes Team Morgan with some speed. Here comes DePonio. Shot taken off the post and wide.
Out the outside of the iron. I mean, they just haven't been able to buy anything to go their way, any bounce at all. Granted, that one probably wouldn't have bounced in, but any bounce to find a rebound in front has not gone their way.
Here's Dylan Levin with it. Levin gives it to Brettauer. Brettauer centering past Johnson. Can't get one off. DePonio near the point. Shot taken off a skate over to Johnson. A generous bounce, but he can't find the back of the net.
And they nearly had one bounce go their way right there. I mean, it's about time they got some sort of luck to go their way, but of course it's offset by nothing occurring.
It feels like once Team Morgan ends this goalless drought, they might just start flooding in, but they just can't buy that one goal here as it's taken the other way. Mason with it, slows the play down, gives it to Kochenis. That one taken the other way. Another turnover. Does it cost them? No, it doesn't. Adair just wide far side.
I mean, yeah, it's just careless, and it's just unfortunate. The bounces are going Team Posa's way, and I mean, other than that one right there, they've capitalized on 99% of them.
Lewis Adair once more dancing, but can't get past the last man in front of him as he ate a little bit of a shoulder.
He was stood off by Brandt right there.
Plastic nifty play behind the goal. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the middle stanza. Stevens will backhand one. Alvarado keeps it in. DePonio, high slot, far circle. Gives it off to Johnson. Centering pass. A save. Another save by Ward. Brandt looking to make this one a 3-goal game, but denied.
Yeah, Brandt can't buy one, especially. You talk about the entire team.
Walk up with a chance. There's another save.
They can't buy one, but Brandt especially. I mean, my goodness, he's had so many grade A chances on his stick.
Stevens, low angle shot. That one off the shoulder of Sherbati, up and out of play with 1:43 to go in the second.
You just quite literally can't buy one. And right now you're Jacob Brandt. At some point you're going to start kicking yourself because it's just like, what do I got to do to buy a goal to go my way? What do I got to do to get a lucky bounce right there? Because he had Ward beat on the back door. Ward was a little slow to it. It kind of ricocheted and caught him off guard a bit. And Brandt, once again, just bounced and go his way. He kind of had to panically throw it towards the net.
Last time these two teams met, it was a 4-3 overtime victory for Team Posa. And now they stand with a 5-1 lead in this one. Karadimas, he's got 2 goals so far in this one. It's Vince Walkup taking it instead. Here comes Walkup walking up to that blue line. Over it he goes. Nifty moves, low angle shot thrown onto the pad of Ward. That centering pass glances off a stick. Alvarado trying to calm the storm of the puck, but he can't. Here comes Karadimas. Nada to his side as well as Mason. Gives it over to Mason. Mason with some open room. Ooh, pass right in front, and finally getting that one corralled is Nada, and he finds his second goal of the game.
A really nice pass from Mason. It's a tough one because it rolled off his blade, and he kind of had to try to readjust and refit it through the window, but really good play right there by the Spartan. Able to find Nada on the back door, and all Matthew Nada had to do, I mean, first try, Sherbati got a piece of it, it looked like, or a stick lift, something occurred, but able to keep through, and Nada's a strong skater. I mean, you look at him, and he's got a strong stride, he's strong in front of the net, he won the battle, and I mean, this is just domination for Team Posa.
So now a 6-goal streak for Team Posa. They started down 1-0, 6 unanswered, and now we sit at 6-1, and give credit to the primary assist. Caden Mason, he had some open space. It got converged on quickly. He lost it, so instead of taking a low-angle shot, he put it right in front. A great pass, and that gave Matthew Nada his second goal of the game. Here's a chance, though, for Team Morgan. This game is far from over. Walk up into the zone. That one blocked by Wilkerson. Wilkerson has been playing very solid defense for Team Posa all game long. Here comes Mason as he slips himself into the goal. Off its hinges it goes, so the referee will blow the play dead with 18.5 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, and you talk about that goal, too, coming with 56 seconds left in the period. It's a 6th goal of the game. It makes it a 5-goal lead, 6 unanswered, but it's also in the final minute of the period, and that hurts. It's an avoidable goal in the final minute of the period. They were on a 3-on-4. You had them outnumbered, and Karadimas was able to find Mason, and beautiful play. But you can't have that happen when you have them outnumbered in your own end.
This is a 6-1 game for Team Posa, but don't let the score dictate how this game has gone in your head. It's been close. Team Morgan has had their chances. Like we said, they just cannot buy a goal right now, man. I got 20 bucks in my pocket. I'll put it into the pot for Team Morgan to score as the time is ticking down. That one had crossbar written all over it off the glove of Ward. 2 seconds remaining in the second period. The time will trickle to 0. So after 40 minutes of play in Baby Coffee Ice Cube of Brighton, it is a 6-1 lead for Team Posa. 6 straight goals, and 20 minutes separates them from picking up their second win of the season against a team that they barely scraped by back in week 2.
Yeah, and their goals are just interesting. They're just interesting bounces that go their way, 4 neutral zone turnovers that go their way. I mean, that's not a neutral zone turnover. It happened technically in the neutral zone, but more qualified as an offensive zone turnover at the blue line for Team Morgan. And, I mean, 3-on-4 the other way. The defense kind of gets lazy. Karadimas sees Mason streaking down the seam. He finds his man, and just an unfortunate one right there for a Team Morgan squad that started the game so strong in the first handful of minutes, but it's a train of gold that has just absolutely gone through.
So the coaches will get some time to talk to their team as they get prepped for the third period. Luke Morgan, the coach of obviously Team Morgan on the right side of your screen. Sam Posa coaching the team in gold. Posa has played at many levels of pro hockey as a defenseman in the CHL, ECHL, a couple leagues in Europe. He's a former captain of the OHL Windsor Spitfires, and he's bringing his talents to behind the bench to coach these young men, as they're doing good today. Took a 1-0 deficit, now a 6-1 lead as we are underway here in the third period. Ward able to snatch that one low to the ice to make the first save of this third period, but like I said earlier, this game's far from over. We've seen some crazy scoring happen in this league. You go back to last week, 11-5 and 9-3 were the finals of those 2 games. So we'll see if one goes in for Team Morgan. I think they could build on that. They just got to get that one.
I mean, right now Ward looks comfortable. Team Posa looks comfortable, but you might be able to catch him slacking a little bit. You might be able to catch him too comfortable.
In his own end with it is Brody Hilton. That one going off the body of Blastic.
And there comes a time where if you're Team Morgan, you start to take more chances than you might be comfortable taking, but given the score on the scoreboard, you kind of have to.
Dylan Levin over the line. Levin centering pass over to Rockman. Good defensive play by Adair. Louis Adair calm with the puck. Gives it over to Kochenis. Kochenis to Sorman. Sorman's pass picked off. Here's Hilton. Team Morgan re-upping at center. Adair with it once more. He'll go to the corner, take a hit by Brett Auer. The big body of Brett Auer. The presence is felt when he's on the ice as he travels back behind his net to take this one. Brett Auer calmly circles that one off his teammate's skate, taken by Stevens.
Yeah, he's having to get anything going on the breakout in the neutral zone. It's gone just absolutely south every single time.
But here's a chance, some open ice at center. Johnson will take it. Glances over that line.
Still 3-on-3. It's going to be tough. It's a beautiful move.
Johnson, great move, puts it on his forehand, looking for the Michigan for a second, but it slipped off. Low angle shot taken, forces rebound in front. Brandt with a chance, blocker saved by Ward.
He can't buy one. Jacob Brandt again from the low slot. Here's transition though.
That one too far for Stevens. It'll slip over to Sherbati and he'll make the save. Some friendly banter in front of the net. Don't worry. I don't think that was hateful at all, as Combs and Alvarado were giving each other a fist to the face. All in good spirits. 17:48 to go in the third. Team Morgan wins the draw cleanly, and it's lifted over to Brandt. Brandt takes a whack at it. Glove down to ice. Brandt trying to dance away from Smith, but he can't.
Yeah, I mean, personally, if I'm Brandt right there, using the size to the advantage, going to the outside, protecting with the backhand, I get trying to catch the defenseman on a drive-by, but that's a tough one. Oh, no.
Alvarado fans on the pass. Stevens takes it the other way, just off sides as Combs not agreeing with that call.
I mean, it was almost another neutral zone turnover that went the other way. I mean, you can't make it up. It's just been pucks bouncing over the blades. Breakout can't get by their own blue line for Team Morgan.
Team Morgan with it through center. Jack Johnson pestered by Smith. Skips over to Johnson. Low angle shot off the blocker of Ward. Brandt with it. He's had chances today as that one slips in the slot. Pushed by Wilkerson. Brandt in the corner. Taken the other way by Mason. Mason's pass taken by Combs. Combs with Stevens to his right, tries to give it there, but can't. Good little move by Alvarado, gets him some open ice.
He's got so much speed.
That one tips off a body just wide.
He's got so much speed, but if he looked up when he was at his own blue, he had Brandt streaking onto the offensive side blue, and
Here's a chance for Team Posa to increase that lead. Looking for the Hattie there was Karadimas. It whistles wide.
Once again, though, wide open in the neutral zone. There was nothing stopping them right there. That stretch pass was just absolutely unattested.
Karadimas fresh onto the ice off that pass. No defender picked him up. That's why he was going home alone in that one. Blastic with it. He's got a goal. Spins it over to Wansel. And into the glove of Sherbati it goes. 16:06 remaining in this third period. It's a 6-1 lead for the team in gold, looking to move to 2-3 on the season. Meanwhile, the 2-2 record for Team Morgan in hot jeopardy.
Yeah, I mean, it's right now it's Team Posa, and more Team Posa. This is the second time Team Morgan's also only had 4 guys on the ice off a face-off.
They had to deal with a lot of penalties, a lot of penalty kills in the first half of this game. Luckily, haven't taken one since. They're 3 for 4 on the kill so far, as that one's fanned down by Adair, but he'll get it back. He'll creep in, loses it on the stick handle.
Yeah, but if you're Team Posa, you have the ability and the leeway room to be a little more fancy, try to make something happen.
Blastic luckily gets it across to his teammate, but Adair fans on it once more. Luckily gets it back. A little deja vu, this time in his own zone. Cross ice, Nada able to corral it. Nada's got 2 goals on the afternoon and an assist. Ooh, a weird collision there. Luckily getting right back up is number 46, Cooper Massimino. Another big collision. That one will cause penalty to be called. So once again, Team Posa goes to the power play. Lucas Brettauer, I believe the recipient of that call. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
I mean, there's a lot of signs that just point towards frustration, and more frustration for Team Morgan. Not having guys on the ice off face-offs, penalties where you don't necessarily want to take penalties at, and not penalties that are kind of related to a play.
We've seen some good chances shorthanded from Team Morgan, though. And that'll be a great way to get yourself back into this game, a shorthanded goal. We'll see if we could will it into existence. Time is trickling down in the third, 5 minutes gone in the last period of play. The 5th power play of the day for Team Posa. They're 1 for 4 so far as Stevens puts on the brakes. Back to Wilkerson, fakes the shot, creeps in instead, back to Stevens, he loses it. Brody Hilton, short-handed our Team Morgan for another minute 20 as that pass is taken the other way, picked up by Smith. Smith using that body as a shield, he'll put it in the corner, Sorman picks it up with some space, shot on net, rebound in front, swept out of harm's way, and down the ice it goes.
Yeah, good battle win by Walkup right there in front of the net. Really strong stick.
Team Posa will get set up in their own end. Another 55 of power play time remaining. Here's Kochenis streaking in, gives it off to Stevens. Stevens, man, backdoor feed. That one tipped just wide by Smith. Kochenis picks it back up, cross ice to Stevens. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Kochenis with it, behind the net he goes. Circles with it, with his head up rather, gives it to Smith, back up to the point, Wilkerson, back to Smith. That one chipped off the boards, far side, bounces outside the zone. Stevens pass, forcing Wilkerson back with 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Here's a short-handed opportunity. Alvarado with it, looking towards that corner into the body of Ward and held on to with 11 remaining on the power play.
He saw that every step of the way. I mean, Ward is seeing the puck well. I mean, especially when there's no traffic, of course. The sky is blue, he's seeing the puck well, but nonetheless, I mean, it's just they can't buy one. Those are pucks that previous weeks you do see leak in, you see pick corners, they just can't buy one.
That one thrown through some traffic, bounces wide. cross-checking power play to Lucas Bredhauer will expire. His team has a chance, though. As that power play clicks down to 0, back to 5-on-5 hockey. Team Morgan has not scored since the 15:38-minute mark in the first period. Behind their own net with it now. Fresh out of the box, Bredhauer banks it off the half wall. Adair will pick it up. Gets squeezed through 2, somehow gets it back. I don't know how. As they'll finally lose it. It took the 4th man against him to take it away. Here comes Johnson. Johnson to Rockman. Rockman on the backhand coming out of his crease. Ward makes the save.
Once again, you can't buy one. Really good play by Ward, but that's one that you sometimes see trickle through a goaltender.
Karadimas, he's got 2 goals on the evening. This one's taken by Rockman. Rockman looking for teammates. He'll take it himself instead. Flips it off the back of the blocker of Ward, but not enough power to get that to bounce off of him and in. Smith over the line. He'll chip one to center. Good play by Brandt to tie up the stick of Combs. That one intercepted. Brandt with a chance. That one low blocker save by Ward.
Good back check by Adair right there.
Low leg pad save, excuse me.
At least kept stride with Brandt right there and didn't give Brandt time to set anything up more than just a shot.
Here's Smith. Or excuse me. No, that is Smith. Waylon Smith behind his own, or behind the enemy net rather. Now at center, here's Brandt once more. He's got Johnson, wants to get it there, and finally finds him, and Johnson pots that one in. The 6-goal streak has been snapped. Jack Johnson, the first goal of the game for his team since 5 minutes gone in the first, makes it a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, man, you get one. You just need to get more. You can't make the comeback if you don't start with one. That's big. They finally get something to go and finally buy something.
Team Morgan goal scored by number 27, Jack Johnson, with 11 minutes left in the 3rd period.
So Jack Johnson with the 2nd goal for his team, assisted by Jacob Brandt. But here comes Team Posa looking to answer right back. Olo Sorman with a backhander off the side of the net. 11 minutes to play in this one. 6-2 lead for the team in gold, as that one will be called tripping. So Team Morgan is going to the power play. Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe I spoke too soon. I don't think they're going to call that, but that was an awkward collision right as Team Posa touched up to stop play.
Yeah, it wasn't intended. They just ran into each other. You can't call anything there because you don't know what guilty party is what. There's no guilty party when it's just an accidental collision.
So Team Morgan, their 2nd power play opportunity, and I say that with a feint of breath because their first one was only about 30 seconds long. So their first full power play opportunity coming up for Team Morgan.
Yeah, if they score here, you start to believe.
They're down 4. They just got their 2nd one a couple minutes ago. That was courtesy of Jack Johnson, assisted by Jacob Brandt. Up at the point, walk up with it. Cross ice feed, Alvarado, centering pass, slips through the danger zone. Spinning with it is DePonio. Centering pass finds Brandt, can't fire that one. Matthew Nada dangerously going back in his own zone. We'll see if he's got a plan or it's turned over. Yes, it is. Jacob Brandt with it. Mikey Yee out in front. Oh, but a good defensive play by Smith. Gets back in time to break that one up and send it down the ice.
Yeah, they need one. They need it bad on this one.
Cameron Alvarado. He likes to keep the puck on his forehand as he'll glance into the zone. Alvarado centering pass. Mikey Yee with a tip. Alvarado picks it right back up. Alvarado back to Yee, who will chase it down. 60 seconds remaining on the power play. Yee with it, back to the point, walk up. Walk up, crisscrossing with Yee, circling the net. Walk up over to DePonio. DePonio in the corner. DePonio chipped it back to the point, Alvarado. Alvarado takes a shot, ramps off the stick into the high glass in the corner. Walk up able to get it. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Alvarado, high slot, shot taken, and he finds the top corner. Power play goal for Cameron Alvarado, and this lead is cut to 3 with 9:07 remaining.
Not again. Team Posa might start to clench a little bit. There's still 9 minutes. It's 3. It's a lot for 9 minutes, but that's 2 goals in the span of 2 minutes. Team Posa has seen leads evaporate before. They start to clench a little bit.
Once the first goal go in, you could see more coming in spades, and that's 2 goals now straight for Team Morgan. Power play goal, courtesy of Cameron Alvarado, cuts this lead down to 3. Team Posa looking to respond. Mason in the corner. Nifty little backhand pass by Alvarado, finds Walkup. Walkup evades one, gives it back to Alvarado. That one glances off his forehand into the Team Posa zone. Now at center, picking this one up is Stevens. Good defensive play. Rockman coming off the bench and breaking that one up. Walkup with it. All of a sudden, it looks like Team Morgan has a little bit more life in them now that they got 2 straight. Walkup weaving his way through, centering pass. Can't find the forehand of Hilton. Taken by Rockman, looking for the near side corner. Bredauer giving that one off to Leo. That shot blocked just wide. Here's Bredauer, pestered by Mason. Less than 8 to play in the third. Team Morgan looking to mount the biggest comeback so far in this summer league. Bredauer with 1 already. He opened up the scoring 5 minutes into the game for his team, and then it was 6 unanswered for Team Posa as here they go.
Shoot it.
Shot taken by Karadimas, looking for that hat trick, up and out of play. That one was close.
Don't blame him, though. Also the hot stick, looking for number 3. Would have been big time to get back the momentum that you're starting to feel slip a little bit, but that's a big time break not to go the other way.
Seven minutes, 22 to go. Here comes Johnson over the line. Good defensive play by Wilkerson. I've been saying that all night long. Number 26 in gold knows how to get it done defensively. Smith's pass taken by the other team instead. It's Bredauer picking it up in the corner. Team Posa, luckily that one was tipped for an icing, because if that one was a connecting pass there, that could have been a possible 3-on-1, a 2-on-1 for sure for Team Morgan, as instead they'll backtrack for the face-off in their own end.
Yeah, Team Post is just counting down the miles now. They're just trying to tick down that speedometer. Get past. Get to 5 minutes. Then once you're at 5 minutes, get to 4. They're just trying to tick it away.
Team Posa 6 minutes and 58 seconds close to sweeping the regular season against Team Morgan back in week 2. It was a 4-3 overtime victory by the team in gold. That was their only victory on this season so far. Won by Team Posa. Down low, the first one on it. Massimino for Team Morgan. Massimino takes that pass back from Bredauer. He'll head up ice. That pass evades Johnson. Chipped into center ice, picked up by Nada. Wilkerson now. Just on sides, cross ice feed, beautiful fluttering feed, but shooting that one just wide was Combs. Karadimas, he's got 2 goals, looking for the third. Left leg pad save, rebound in front, converging and taking a shot. Whoa, Sherabani was down and making the save. Nada couldn't get that one past him. Here comes Team Morgan. They've got numbers. Barely on sides. Johnson with it. Low angle shot, rebound, but picked up by Team Posa. Less than 6 to go. If you're just joining us, this was a 6-1 game, courtesy of 6 straight goals from Team Posa. Now, Team Morgan getting back into this one, but is it too little, too late? They've scored 2 as Alvarado the last man to score for his squad, sends that one over the net, and it's covered by Ward.
That one kind of just went over. It almost took a weird hop off the glass right into the crease. Ward was able to at least knock it away with the paddle just out of his peripheral vision, but that's what I said. 5:30 now, you're just looking to get to 4:30 if you're Team Posa.
Face-off possession, still battling for it below the goal line. Eventually somebody's going to come up with it cleanly, you think, and it is. It's Team Posa, taken by Ross Blastic. Blastic scored his team's 4th goal. That came way back in the second period before our halftime, as this one will trickle down the ice. It will be called as icing. I thought Stevens had a chance of winning that race, but the referee thinks otherwise.
Yeah. Posa also thought, I could see on the body language on the bench a little bit right there. He kind of looked like he